Hello again. This this time everything should hopefully be working. I don't know what happened last time. Whatever. Welcome to the Crafty Chaos and Amy doing things absolutely last minute because it's got to make it exciting. Chaos. So much chaos. So yes, I cross all fingers, cross my toes. Hopefully now this time it'll work. This is also why I don't do many bonus lives because it's just something. So first off, let me just start this proper. Hello, welcome. I'm AmyR. Prairie Paper and Ink is the channel name. Card making space. This is live, unscripted, unfiltered, uncut, chaotic. Appreciate you guys hanging in and tuning in and all the things because this was very last minute. Everyone got a heads up like 20 minutes ago. And so for those that are tuning in, yay. And hopefully we end up with a card because legit, my links, I've got a few basic links. Normally when I go live, I have everything ready and yada, yada, yada. But this was just a little extra fun chaos. So I will edit after the live, which is not something I normally do, but we're just going to have fun. We're just going to make some stuff. So I'm using the Pretty Pink Posh Valentine release because it's fabulous. I did a video a few days ago using some of it, and then I had plans for another video, and then I thought, you know what? So, and actually I'll show you. Okay, this time everything should hopefully work. There we go. Okay, so I have some things like sort of laid out, like what I, trying to translate in my head from what was in my head to what I plan to do. So, like I said, this live is going to be a little more chaotic than usual for me because I have done no prep work other than lay things out, and then we'll just see what happens. And I was literally pulling supplies and things, and I'm just like, this is what I'd wanted to use. So, yeah, I think it'll be fun. So, welcome to everybody that is here. And we'll just, I'll keep this on dual screen for now because I need to do some die cutting. And again, all of this is Pretty Pink Posh. I don't want to lose these stamps. I do because these are little. They're okay. I'm going to stick them right here. Don't want to lose those because we'll get to those later. Same with that little wafer die. That we have a ton of die cutting. And then I pulled a bunch of cardstock, some of which I haven't even had a chance to use yet. I pulled some Altenew cardstocks to use. And for now, that's all I've been doing to store them is I just cut the long side off because I hate dealing with the sticky. I have a really old video from literally over 10 years ago showing a little hack to you stick a ruler on this. It's old. Anyway, I just cut the sides off and it works. It's not super sturdy. I'm going to get the cardstock sleeves that Altenew has, the sturdy ones, which I have one pack, but I need to get more. So anyway, that's what I'm doing though, is I just take the pack and I take my scissors and I just trim off that end. And it's also that satisfying glide of the scissors that's just oh. So, you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, in this one. So sort of Valentine-y colors. And even though I'm using Valentine supplies, Valentine-y, how I plan to do this and word it out, this is definitely going to be another one of those cards where I would just give this to anyone. It's just love ya, you're awesome. That sort of a thing, not you are my partner in life. Although really send that to anyone too. Why not? We're all there. So okay, and yeah, also for those, diddly-diddly-diddly-do. What was I gonna say? And then I got distracted. Oh, yeah, I'm doing everything. I don't have my unpaid intern. He's actually picking the kids up from school. Things might get a little bit chaotic here. This is also why a lot of times I can't do lives during the day because it's just supreme chaos. So I am expecting chaos in a bit, but we will see what happens. Do you keep every single product or do you declutters all? I can't keep everything. As it is, I am buried in product. Okay, do I want to go I need to plan this. So this is the Fringe heart. This is like my main focus. Let me get back to that in a second. I think what I want to do is go lightest to darkest. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, no, I don't keep I literally couldn't, since I do this as a job. I get, sent a fair bit of product. Plus I purchase a lot. I can't help it. I'll be like, ooh, look at that new shiny, add to cart. Things like that. Like it's not possible. I don't do public destashes because shipping in Canada I am Canadian and the shipping up here is absolutely mind-blowingly expensive. So, yeah, I need to do a destash, but okay. So, first, second, yeah. Okay. Diddly diddly do. So yeah, hello to everyone tuning in. And I have a plan to do die cutting. And this is literally this is how, I guess in a sense with this one live, you guys are definitely getting kind of a look at this is what I'm doing ahead of time before lives. And this is also what I'm doing a lot of times before I start filming my edited videos is prepping, and normally I would have all this done and we would just jump right in, but I'm only one person and I need an assistant. I legit need an assistant. It would be so nice. Okay. So I picked pinky coral color. That was the mood. I was in a very much a pinky red coral mood for this one. Although I was like, oh, you could do so many color combos for this. Really? It doesn't have to be Valentine colors. It could be purples and blues and it would look so pretty. But like I said, I was in a pinky mood for this one. Yeah. Fun. Okay, so we got those four. Okay, and my darkest shade. Darkest shade is Vineyard Berry. So there we go. Yes, surprise! Amy's live. For those that aren't aware, possibly, my schedule is lives on Sundays at 2 p.m. Central. That schedule I've been keeping with very few exceptions for the last, year and a half, 2 years, however long it's been. Still planning on keeping that specific schedule. And then I need white cardstock. Do I want to do that first or after? Pierce it. Do this first. Okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, I stick with that schedule and then I try to squeeze in other bonus lives. They're a lot of work, but they're fun. I like going live with you guys because then I can chat. I can chat with you guys and you'll also get to see what it's like for real with no editing. So then I also sweat a little bit extra and have to and also this. I think I want to do this in gold. Do I want to do this in gold or do I want to do it in black? Do I want to do this in gold because I'm going to have white? I'm just trying to picture the card. Do I want to do this in gold or black? Maybe black. I guess we could do both. We'll see. So yeah. Welcome to the chaos. Welcome to the chaos. Black cardstock. So this is generally, this is how I roll with this kind of stuff. So there's black. And then I always just make little piles, especially if I'm doing multiples, like sentiments must do multiples. They need stability. Do I want to do more than 2? Because this is going to be quite a few layers. 2 is probably going to be enough. We'll start with 2. And then we'll go from there. Cold splatter. Oh, there's almost for sure gonna be splatter on this. I was already thinking about that. Trust me, way ahead of. I already mentally prepped for that one. Okay, I'm gonna die cut this. So this is the Eyelet rectangles. I've used this in a bunch of videos already, in the past. It's one of my go-tos. I don't put this little wafer die set away. So we're gonna start die cutting, and I don't have a die cut cam. I want to do that because I don't know, it's just fun. And because I copy everything that Kathy Zielski does because I am her biggest fan. But considering the amount of tech issues I have, and I'm lucky if I can get one camera, let alone two cameras to work, adding a third, I'm like, things have not been stable enough for me to do that. So, one thing at a time. Die cut to perfection, love it so much. So we set that there, and then we take this little guy, and what I like to do usually when I'm doing, then you can splatter with the gold. Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be, is the sentiment in black, gold splatter as an accent. And then I have a little sub-sentiment I want to add, and we might gold heat emboss that. We'll see once we get to that point. Because again, this is all like, I had this like roughly planned out in my head. And now we'll just see what happens. So pop out the little dudes. And I usually will do it just like this, because then I can just tip the plate over onto my garbage to get rid of all these little pieces. But just want to get these out of here so that I don't have to deal with it later. So dirt, 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 dirt. Done. Okay. I wish the word dies would have a shadow. Some of them do. It depends on the release and the words and things like that. But a lot of the Pretty Pink Posh ones don't. I would like a shadow with them, I guess. That would be kind of nice. But I also just love them as is. You know? Yeah. Although I think it's another one of those things. If there's enough like demand for things, you can always contact Paulina at Pretty Pink Posh and say, "Hey, I would love this." And if enough people do, she could, start doing that down the road. You never know, you know. Okay, so this one. So I die cut just white cardstock, and then this is an oldie. I've got it linked. This I do have linked. This isn't from the new release. This is from last year's release, I think it was from. It's the pierced heart plate. So this doesn't cut other than like around the perimeter. This just pierces the detail, and I just thought that would be cute. So I'm just going to run this through a second time. And we'll just see what happens. So we'll stick that there. And then while I'm running that through, I can also die cut another sentiment. Because use up all the real estate and get the things die cut. Because like I said, we got a lot of die cutting to do. Okay. Use this brush from Suzy. Oh yeah, I have the Spellbinders wire brush doohickey, and I use that one. I don't usually need it on ones like this because these holes are larger. The holes are larger and there's not a bunch of them. But yes, some of the dies that die cut like tons, like the Wallflower postage die set, etc. Like ones that have a ton of little pokey bits. That's where I'll use the little wire brush and just, But that one is fine. Oh, cute. Okay. Look at it. That's so cute. Okay. I'm happy. Things are slowly coming together. I loves when that happens. And then I got my little die cut sentiments. So things are moving along. It's all good. Okay, so I'm done with those for the moment. Add those to the other random pile I've got going on. Okay. You could always cut the love word and offset it a little to have a small shadow. Yes. Which I can't really show when it's black on black like this, but you can definitely do that. So if you had a different color, and then just when instead of adhering them, like stacking them directly onto each other, you just offset it a little. I've shown that in past videos. I don't do that very often, and yet it's an easy way to like, and it doesn't even have to be a word die. You could do that with a shape die too, you know, just offset a little bit and it creates a shadow. Okay, how many of these can I fit on here? I can probably do most of them. We'll just do this guy, and this guy. There we go. There we go. It really works to cut or to clean the poster color. Oh yeah, the little wire bristle brush. I don't know if I have mine linked in my most used supplies because I have that always under all my videos. I have a supply list of my most used things because people always ask that. And I don't know if this is in there, and if it's not, I'll just have to remember that. But yeah, I thought this is what we were talking about. I have the Spellbinders one, and this is like wire bristles. And so when you've got a wafer die like this Eyelet circles and there's like a lot of pieces stuck in it, this one it usually doesn't, because I've used this one so much. I find after a while that the pieces don't really stick in there. But if they do, and then you just I hold this over the garbage and you roll the wire bristles or pokey bristles and it pops them all out. Another thing that works, but it makes a big mess, is to just give it a good whack on your work surface, you know, and these will pop out generally everywhere and makes a huge mess. It's fun. So yeah, or you could kind of give it a whack over your garbage can, that sort of a thing. That works too. Okay, I'm already like liking this. It die cuts Fringe. It's so cute. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be so super cute. Okay, was this all of the die cuts for this card? I think so. Technically. I was gonna do a little element for the, that's what I forgot to do before. Okay, well, let's just die cut this and then I'll get to the next part. Okay. Yes, hello to everyone. Thank you, Judy. Thank you. Okay. There's my last layer. Okay, so there's our heart. This is going to be like the main focus on my card. And it's got all the little fringe layers. So cute. Oh, I love it. And this is the plant. And then we're going to have that on there, like stacked up. And then I was going to do, or do I want to just do them? Where's the rest of my dies? I had plans, you know? Okay. This, I haven't linked this. It's part of the release. It's technically linked. This is the Valentine holder editions. And I was thinking of using like the bow. Is that what I wanted to use? I was thinking of using, let me open, first off, I haven't even had a chance to use this yet. Cut off the top. Thank you, Kareen. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay. I was going to use, thinking of this, or do I want the littler bow? I might need the bigger one though, because I'm going to use the vertical sentiments. And then my plan was to, because I was going to put love you always, XOXO. So I was thinking of putting like the little bow and then having the, this will make sense once I actually get to it. Him I want to cut out with gold. Do I want to do gold? Yes. A little gold bow. I think that'll be cute. Let's do it. Let's do it. Whatever. Okay. Gold cardstock. Where'd you run off to? That stuff I also don't bother putting away. And I save all my little scraps, because you never know when you're going to need them. So let's take a little scrap of the gold and we'll go burp, and we'll stick him there. And then okay, that should work. Thank you, Angela. Give me a second here. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. So thank you, Kareen, for the super chat. And thank you, Angela. I appreciate it. Okay. I got... this is how it is generally, really, honestly. Not that I'm like that polished and professional on the Sunday lives either. It's got stitching detail. Look at him. Okay. And then there's going to be gold splatter. And then I think I'll do a little stenciling on the background because why not make it super busy and let's be crazy. But do I want to, talking about the offsetting got me thinking, it's like, ooh, should I let's just do it and then we'll see. Because I can always just not use it and save it in the packages for something else. Black cardstock? Yeah, I want thinner. This is really thick black cardstock. Let me grab some of my thinner black cardstock. Wrong package. Okay. All right. Thank you, Judy. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's do one more in black. And then let me take all of this cardstock and get it out of the way for now. Let's do Rouge. I want to make sure I have everything in the order though. Okay, we're good. Everything should be good. Hopefully. You never know. Okay, one more little bit of die cutting. And then we'll just see what happens. Okay. Hi, Terry. Okay. So we got our little bows. Yeah, see, we could just offset it. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Done with the die cutting. Let's switch to the proper. There we go. Look at that. Okay. We got our background. I don't want to lose that guy. Let's stick him right back onto his packaging. Okay. So there's my little background. And then a tissue, because of course. Oh, thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. How far in advance do you get the new releases? It honestly depends. It varies. It depends on the brand. It depends on the release. It depends on like a million things. I'm so thankful now that most of the brands I work with will courier releases to me. So they'll get them to me a good chunk of time because honestly, for most of the years, up until the last, I'm not sure when exactly brands started like couriering stuff to me, but for the vast majority of my card making career, which sounds ridiculous to say those words, but I've been doing this for 20 years. Stuff was just snail mailed, USPS, Canada Post, whatever. And so many times, almost all the time, I'd be lucky if I got a release before the release. It was almost always after. It just was what it was. So now I do get things ahead of time, but my goal now is to try and get things done ahead of time and not the night before. And all the brands are generally aware of it. I usually make it pretty clear that I am very last minute because I try. Like I was going to go live for this on, what is today? Friday? Is today Friday? I think today's Friday. I was planning on going live like Monday. And now the week is gone. It's gone. It's just raw. Okay. This is the Valentine Words stencil. This is also not in the new release. I have it linked below, but this came out, I think this was also last year's release. So I pulled this out, and then my plan was to use the same or similar colors of ink as the cardstock I die cut with. So I have 3 of the colors in ink. And then the deep red color I don't have. So I'm just going to make it work. We're just going to make it work. We'll just see what happens. We'll just see what happens. Do you have the swivel for the Empress machine? Yes, I do. What blending brush do I want to use? Do I want to use the littler ones? Yeah, I'll just use the littler ones. I got some pink and a blue, and I need a red. These'll work. These'll work. Yeah, I saved up. Gosh, that was like early last year. I forget when it was. I saved up because the shipping, again, to Canada was horrific for that, but it helps. It enables me to have my Empress on my like on my desk because it takes up a decent amount of space, especially like because you need space for the plates to go in and out. So yeah, I've got the Empress swivel doohickey. There's other options though for that. Like there's that totally Tiffany swivel board thing that can work. And I guess the new Empress, the newest one, has its own swivel. But the thing I like about the actual, and it's got the curve, and again, I don't have a die cut cam, so I can't even show you guys. But I can store the plates under, because it's got that space. So that's what I do. I keep all the plates stored in there. The only thing you have to pay attention, because there have been times where I use a little too much enthusiasm to swivel it, and then the plates go flying out the back, and that's fun. So okay, let's dirdly do. Hello, Paula. And then where I need a scrap or just even some paper towel, because this brush has a lot of orange in it. This should work. This should work. I just wanted to use this to add a little bit extra zhuzh, to the background. Why not? And again, even though it's saying be mine, love, XOXO, this is still going to be a card when all is said and done that I would send to anyone. Because when it comes to Valentine stuff, and I said this in in the last Pretty Pink Posh video I did, I said in there that when it comes to Valentine theme, Valentine cards, etc., I find that I just make them in a way, and I use sentiments that it's I would give this card to anybody. I don't care. It's kind of the same idea as just cards in general. It's tell someone you love them. That to me sounds like a good thing. So the first one was Rouge. Now we're doing Coral Bliss, because we're going the peachy colors into pinky colors. Does anyone know how many colors Altenew has released? A lot. I don't remember offhand, but I think it's well over 160 at this point. It's a lot. There's a lot of colors. And there's more coming. Do you need all the colors? No. Do I need all the colors? Yeah. Not even because I do. I like having options. But yeah, they have a lot of colors. So many. So many. Let's bring this down a little bit more. A lot of this is going to get covered up. So this is, again, this is why I'm not worried about any of this. There's going to be splatter and big die cuts and so many things. This is all just kind of just bonus. This is all just bonus. And then we can go in with Coral Berry. Yeah, the first one was Coral Bliss, which is more of a corally pink, and then Coral Berry is definitely more pink. That's pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. Doop. And this looks actually no, I was going to say it looks like a hot mess, but no, it just looks like whatever. There we go. Heart my Empress, where'd you get the swivel for it? From the Anna Griffin website. That's the only place you can get that one. But then yes, people have like I was saying a few minutes ago, there's a one by Totally Tiffany swivel type board unit. I have it. I have it here somewhere. Ooh, I have it. 1 second. I'll show it. Nah. This is the Totally Tiffany one. It comes with this big clip because the point of this is to like clip your work, you know, and then you can, but it has a swivel thing in the middle of it. And then it can, so if you just take the clip off, you can put your die cut machine on this. And it works. And this wasn't, I don't know offhand how much this was. I forget. I had it for a previous die cut machine. I just refused to get rid of it because I was like, this will probably come in handy again. I don't remember the price of this though, but it was very reasonable for this. The Anna Griffin swivel board, shelf, or whatever it's called, is a little bit up there. Not insane. It's just the shipping that I was like, vomit, but is what it is. So there we go. And then there are people who do like just regular, you know, like a Lazy Susan that you would get for your kitchen pantry, like that, those sorts of things. That will 100% work. My thing with those is most of them, I have yet to find one that isn't round. So then it takes up like a lot more real estate. So yeah. And I like the Anna Griffin one because like I was saying, I can store my plates and everything for it underneath it. So love that. There we go. There we go. So. Ah, it's so cute. So much detail going on for just a simple background. Because yeah, the one die cut, the pierced plate, and then the stencil. That's just in my head, you know, I was just like, love that. Love that. I love how that turned out. That's so fun. Okay, so we got that. And then also what I want to do is let's zhuzh up the die cuts that are going to go on top with the same inks. Let's give it a little inking to build dimension, you know? So I'm going to use the same inks, and because these are all pierced, I'm just going to kind of hold them down so that I don't, although I don't mind if these end up curling, I might manually like bend them up a bit to really emphasize that the fringe edge, because that's always fun. But let's sort of build up a bit of that dimension just using ink. Empress, totally Tiffany board. Yep. Hello to everyone tuning in. Yada yada yada. Isn't it close to 200 in the fresh? Yeah, there's a lot of fresh dye inks. I honestly I genuinely am not sure exactly how many are in their line right now, but they're fabulous. And I do really like them. But again, like I always say, do you need all the inks? No. Do I need all the inks I have? No. But I do love that we have options, you know, and just go with what works. Go with what works for you. You know, what colors, what brand appeals to you, etc. Okay. So that was the first layer. That was Rouge. And then, so that was that one. And then, and I've mentioned this in other videos. When I'm doing inking, let's move that just over here for now. When I'm doing inking like this, where I'm inking off you know, when I want to ink off the edges of my cardstock, you know, say I wanted to add ink to the very edge of this. In fact, I might do that. We'll see. When I want to add ink, you know, like this, I prefer working on my glasswork surface for this kind of stuff. The sticky mats are great. I love my sticky mats for holding things. You know, hold this in place. Hold my stencil in place. Perfection. All my little die cuts. You know, little pieces that are annoying as heck. The game changer. Love my grip mounts. Love. But for anything larger that isn't finicky, I prefer inking on my glasswork surface because then I'm not catching the bristles because they catch on the grip mats, and it annoys me. I've seen other makers do it and they don't seem to have an issue, but I get annoyed. It's almost like one of those like textural things, and I'm just like, and I'm so used to working on glass, you know, it just glides. It just glides. I like it a lot. So, yet again, there's one of the weird little headspaces I have going on. Okay. Probably certainly a stupid question. Not a stupid question at all. What's the difference between the crisp dye and fresh dye inks? I can only speak from what I've observed. I cannot say for certain because I don't have the crisp dye inks from Altenew. The first thing off the bat is the shape because these, you know, are a circle pad, and the crisp dye inks, the original ones, are in those oval dark pads. The formula is different between them. And again, I am speaking just myself. I can't speak for Altenew because I don't. I should one of these days I should email them and be like, "Yo, what's happening?" I assume they are switching fully over to the fresh dye inks, and they're going to discontinue the crisp dye inks. I assume, but I can't say that because, you know, I don't speak for them. The thing is, though, if you have the exact same color, say you have this color, whichever ones, because there's a lot over it, but you have the original crisp dye inks, and say that ink pad needs to be re-inked, you can use the new re-inkers, the new fresh dye re-inkers in those old pads. It will be fine. But if you have the crisp dye ink re-inkers, do not put them in these pads because the formula is different, but these will work backwards. I think these are more water reactive. I think that's what you know, but they're both, I think, really great inks. So those that have the old ones, I don't think you need to like get rid of them and you know, spend all the money and switch over. Because yeah, I remember Altenew saying that you can use the new re-inkers in the old ink pads. So that's what I would do if I had like all those colors. But as far as like, I honestly don't know if there's like a drastic difference. I don't know. I cannot speak to that. But there might be a blog post or something because Altenew might have already addressed that. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's correct. The crisp dye are being I kind of thought they were being because I think it was when I was teaching. I think it got brought up when I was teaching at the Altenew Cozy Comfort Retreat at the end of last year there, or when was that? October I did that? November? Whenever it was. I don't even remember, you guys. My brain's like mush. I don't know why I'm ink blending these. You're not going to see that. You're not going to see that. It's getting later, but it's habit. I got to do it. OCD. Yeah, it got brought up, and then one of the, I think it was the moderators, or it might have been like one of the owners, mentioned that, yeah, you can use the fresh dye re-inkers on your crisp dye ink pads, but they don't recommend using the crisp dye re-inkers, the old re-inkers, on the new ink pads, because I think you'll alter, you know, the formula. So thank you, Mari, for the super chat. You did not need to do that. I'll buy you coffee. Next time we're able to get together, I'll get you coffee. Like Amy said, we don't need them all, but tell me that when I FOMO. I know, you know, it is what it is. Like, I mean it genuinely when I say to people, like, you don't need all the things. You don't. We don't need all the things. Do we want all the things? Of course. I see new things and new shinies and new releases. Okay, don't need to ink on the top part. We're not gonna see it. The new releases, things like that, but love it. Love it. Um, we don't need all the things. But if you can afford it and it brings you joy, knock yourself out. Go right ahead. I gotta wipe this up. I can just do that. And then, what is FOMO? Fear of missing out. It's just an acronym. And there's no shame in asking that one. The amount of times I've had to Google, there was one that got used a lot. Sometimes I'll see certain acronyms, on Reddit, different chat, people use that, like the new slang, that kind of thing. And I'm just like, and I'll Google it. And it's like, what does dirt, 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 and it immediately pops up. I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I'm hipping with it. Okay. We're gonna just lightly zhuzh these. We're just gonna curl them up. Yes, don't need, but must have, of course. Yeah, kind of, basically. You guys get it. We all get it. I'm preaching to my audience. I'm singing to the choir. Y'all know, my personal stance, professional, personal, I use air quotes on that. Because as someone who makes content and shows new products, all the things, I take it seriously, that I don't want to be that hard push, like you're missing out, you know. Oh, like buy it before it's gone. Like I don't ever want to do that. That hard push, that deep, like I prefer being like, look at this cool stuff. Look at the fun thing I made with it. This is how I made it and this is what I used. You know? And if you want to order it, use my affiliate links, please and thank you. Again, don't have to, but I appreciate it if you do. And if you've got stuff that's similar and whatevs, wonderful. That's great. It's great. Um, the kiss one, swack. Yes, swack throws a lot of people off, and yeah, because they're just like swack, and it's like sealed with a kiss. Yes, some of the acronyms for certain things, and people are like, what on earth are you trying to say? And then, yeah, once you explain it, it's like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, yeah, I just kind of rolled these up just a little bit, not a ton, but then it gives it the little fringe look. I think that's cute. I think it's cute. Okay, so then all we got to do is adhere these together. So, um, you don't have to say it. I know we can use other things. Oh, I know, but I legit, like, I do this as a job, and um, it's a weird balancing act for me personally, because I can't speak on behalf of other people in any capacity. I am speaking just for myself, and I just my honesty, and being open about everything, and yeah, thankfully, again, we're all adults. I do not market to children. We are all adults and we've got free choice and how we want to spend our monies and all the things. But I'm also, um, yeah, very aware of FOMO, fear of missing out and sales tactics and all the things. And I just want to be honest about it. And I can also be honest in saying that it's like, yeah, do you need it? No. Is it awesome? Yeah. You know, And then I leave it at that because I won't be like, oh, are you going to be able to sleep at night if you don't buy this entire release and then the next one and the next one, you know? But trust me, I feel it. you know, I'm very fortunate doing this as a job that I get a lot of products sent to me that I legit can't afford. I can't afford to purchase all of this, but that doesn't stop me from, like, you know, there'll be other brands that I don't work with that don't send me product, and I'll see their release, and I'm like, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. I was like, and then sometimes I have to sit and wait on it for a bit, you know? It's just one of those things. Um, so yeah, I don't want to adult anymore. I say that every day. It's true. Chris and I both, like the unpaid intern, we're both some days we're just like, we don't want to adult anymore. Can someone else come in and like do the adulting and make the decisions and pay the bills and clean the house? And, you know, I don't like being an adult most days. It sucks. Sucks so much. Sometimes it's great, but most of the time it just sucks. It's just bills. In fact, that's what one of the things I was literally doing before I went live was paying bills. And I was like, meh. So then I was like, let's be fun and go live and make something. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Sending virtual hugs to those in our chat in California. Yes, anyone in California, my heart goes out to you. That's especially if you're in the LA area, and it's horrific. It's heartbreaking. Like, heartbreaking. I was in LA last summer. And yeah, seeing the photos and the video footage, it's just heartbreaking. So yeah, not good at all. Okay. Sentiment. Go like that. I want to adhere this. I want to adhere this and then add splatter. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. What product is your most regrettable purchase? I'm just trying to think, honestly. I can't think of anything necessarily offhand. Honestly, I can't even really, like, I'm sure there's some things over the years that I've purchased. I'm going to put that on an angle. I think I want to put it on that way. Because I'm a little bow. Yeah. I'm sure there's definitely been things over the years that I've, like, purchased, or maybe that's even been sent to me that I'm just like, that was a dud. But nothing has really... Nothing's really standing out to me in the sense of like, oh, that was a huge decision. Because like anything bigger, like bigger purchase wise, you know, like a die cut machine, like stuff that's like I got to put in, you know, a bigger chunk of change, or, you know, the shipping, all those like considerations. So it's like if it's a heftier purchase, I will like wait, you know, and I'll think about it, I'll do research, I'll watch other people's videos, because it's like, yeah, if I'm gonna put the money in, I want to make sure it's good. Like the Empress machine. I didn't buy it right off the bat. I waited. And then all I heard was, you know, everyone was raving about it. And they wouldn't stop raving about it. And I was like, okay, you know? And that thing took me so many tries to get. It was not easy to get to me up here in Canada. And it was expensive. Where's my... There it is. I was like, where's the gold? Okay. We're going to do some splatter. All the pastes I bought that dried up before I could use them. Yeah. Well, that's why I tell everybody, use your pastes. Pastes are definitely, and I have had some, that happens, and it still happens when I'm not paying enough attention and haven't put, you know, press and seal or made sure that they're sealed, because I try to get that through to people. Even if the package, when it comes to paste specifically, I'm talking about just paste, no other products, regardless of the brand and regardless of the type, paste can dry out in the container. It can be factory sealed and it can still dry out. Pastes are not meant to last forever. They're just not. It is the nature of the product. Now, that doesn't mean that some pastes, I have some pastes that I've literally had for years. Some of them just my opaque paste from Ranger, like the Wendy Vecchi. I always forget how to pronounce her last name. I think it's Wendy Vecchi. Someone correct me. I have her OG that was made by Ranger, like so, but it still has her like branding on it, and I've had that for 5+ years. Still works, you know. Um, but yeah, it's paste will dry out. And especially the one formula of paste that is definitely like it's not something you stock up on unless you're planning on using it, glitter paste. Because it's a different formulation and the elements that go into it to suspend the glitter and to dry clear so you can see the glitter, that stuff will evaporate and dry out much faster than your regular embossing paste. Okay, so I've talked about this in other videos. Picket fence, paper splatter, watercolor, liquid gold. It's shiny, and I love it. I love it so much. You're welcome, Mari. I have my thing set. It's funny. I have it set to like do not disturb, just so it doesn't make noise. And I talk about this with people that like text and when we do FaceTime and stuff. Even though all my Apple devices are connected, um, and I have it set to do not disturb. Apple don't care. They don't care. They're doing whatever they want. So liquid. So I gotta. This happened on Sunday's live. Those that were tuned into the debacle, I broke this. I used my splatter brush so much I snapped the end off. See, snapped it right off. Still works. This is literally how long this darn handle is. It's the length of my forearm. See, yeah. When they say long handle, that's what they mean. It's kind of ridiculous, but I like it. I like the full length because it sits up really high. So I didn't get rid of this, and we got to go to the hardware store. In fact, we'll probably do that tomorrow morning or something. And I'm going to get some duct tape because we can't find the duct tape, of course. I'm just going to duct tape it. It'll be fine. I have backups of this brush. Do I need to fix it? No, but I'm still gonna. Anyway, back to what I was doing. But yes, check your pace. Check them. Check your pace. They don't last forever, but they should work. And sometimes, but it's going to depend on the pace, the formula, so many things. Sometimes it could be a little dried out, and you could add a bit of distilled water to it and like reconstitute it, or even try a little bit of Distress Refresher. But if it is hard as a rock, and especially if it's a glitter paste, if glitter paste is hard as a rock, it is done. It is. You've basically got a brick of cement. You can't do nothing with it. Trust me. Tried it. Doesn't work. Splatter. Yes. So, yeah, check your pace. They're not something you want to like hoard, and if they're on sale, don't order 50 of them, that sort of a thing, because unless you're planning on using them, use your pastes. Other products can last. I have ink pads that have lasted for years. My sprays are fine. I keep the lids on them. So much of our products can last a really long time, but pastes are just finicky that way because it's just the way they're formulated. They're not meant to last forever. So, okay. Doodly doo. And yes, press and seal. I've shown that in a ton of videos. It works wonderful. If you can't get your hands on press and seal, Simon Says Stamp does sell it. And for those that aren't aware, press and seal was invented by Jennifer McGuire's husband. So we call him the king of press and seal. And it works great. I have a box of it. I keep a box of it in here, and I use it to seal my pastes. And it works really good. Okay, so we got our splatter. And if you don't have press and seal, you could also use just like regular cling wrap. It's not as effective, but it's the enemy of pastes is air. They're gonna evaporate. The ingredients in there are gonna evaporate. It's gonna harden into a rock, So as long as you can like keep that sealed, and press and seal just does a really good job. Okay, we got our splatter. Love it. Okay, got splatter. And then we got our little die cuts for the sentiments. Let's just stack these together. And then I'm going to heat emboss the, Vertical sentiments. I'm like all over the place. You guys get me? Like, I'm bad enough in my own brain with how much I jump around. And then when I'm doing lives, and then there's like random questions that are about other things. And then I go on random tangents and rants and all the things. And then I literally have to focus, Amy, focus, focus. So we're gonna stick these together to give it a bit of dimension, because as Laura Basson sings, dimension is life. I won't actually keep singing that because it's not as cute as when she does it. I get a kick out of Laura Basson. And yeah, one of these days, I say one of these days, well, I would have to take some serious planning, because now that she's living in the same state as Kathy Zielski, I already threatened and invited myself. I was like, road trip with Kathy. I'll just like hide in the trunk or something to go visit Laura Basson. That to me would be so much fun. Oh my God, could you imagine me and Kathy getting to visit Laura Basson and Hank the Tank? I don't know. But again, it would also be weird because all of us are introverts, you know? Like, I'm a massive introvert with severe social anxiety. It's easy talking to a camera. Y'all are fake. No one is real. This is all fake. I can convince myself that. And then you put like real people in front of me and I'm like, no. So we got this is working. Hooray. So got that. And I really wanted to add that. And then, okay. So I have these cute little vertical greetings. Is this going to work the way I want it? I just gotta figure it out. Derbadur. So we do that. I think so. I think this will work. If we do it on black. Do I want to do it on black? Let's try it on black. Let's see what happens. And if I don't like it, we can do it on white. Whatever. And I mentioned this. This is like the third set at least that Pretty Pink Posh has released, because there's a Halloween one of vertical. There's a Christmas one. There's this Valentine's one. And I haven't talked about this much, but I don't normally like vertical greetings. I just find so often they just look weird to me, and I don't like them. These ones I like though, because they're little, and the font is really cute. I like the font, and they're small, so they're easier to kind of like tuck in to things. So I was like, So then I have one of the sentiment strips wafer dies. So I've got these linked. Just a bunch of the other stuff isn't. That these came out years ago, and I use these frequently. So do I want to use I think I want to use this. Yeah, because this has the little stitching edge, and it's really cute. So I think I'll use that one still. Okay. So and I'm not gonna ink up because I only want the U lots. This stamp says love you lots, but I don't need that. I just need the U lots plus for it to fit. And then this one is just XOXO. It's cute. I like it. Okay. That's phobia, fear of being included, kind of. Although my big thing is I like to be included. Maybe not necessarily like in real life, like, with craziness and chaos, but I like it. I would like to just be invited. I'd like to be asked, especially with work stuff, everything, doing this as a job. It's like, you can just invite me, because there have been times over the years where I've been told by things, it's like, oh, we didn't invite you because, you're in Canada and the cost is, to travel, whatever the reason was. And I was like, but you could still invite me. I'd like to be asked, I'll figure out a way. I'll sell a kidney. I'll sell a kidney. Okay. We're going to gold heat emboss these little sentiments onto black cardstock with gold embossing powder. Gold embossing powder. And I am like sweating. Doing these lives, you guys, it's like a workout. talking to everybody. This introvert has issues. Okay, we're good. We're good. I need clear embossing ink. Got those, got that. And let's hope that I can. Oh, cords. Cords. I have. That should be fine. Let's. Okay. Oh, it worked. It worked. We're good. We're good. Okay. I like being asked to, even though I'm introverted. Yeah, it's just nice being thought of. You know, it's like, I wouldn't mind being invited. And then you give the person the choice, whether they can or can't or whatever it is. It's nice to be thought of and included. And yeah, I'm a massive introvert. Saying that though, at least with card makers, this doesn't apply to the world in general, but card makers are pretty awesome people. And when I was able to go to Create a couple years ago, that's a whole different environment. And it's like, it's all of us that get it, and it's fun. It's fun. Okay. We got a stamp. With clear embossing ink. And you could definitely, and since this is a vertical sentiment, it's super simple. I don't need to like cut apart this sentiment or anything. I'm just inking up the bottom portion of it. Just like so. And then I can coat that with gold embossing powder. Yep. Put lid on container so that you don't knock it over. Follow me for more life-changing tips. Seriously, I've done it. It's not fun. And then we heat emboss. So you guys can see the magic. Love it. Okay. So those are all melted. Quick, simple, good to go. Microfiber cloth. Okay. To remove the excess anti-static powder. A little bit of elbow grease. And a microfiber cloth. There we go. There we go. And then just got to die cut these. So, there we go. Oh, I'm almost out of my little washi tape. Okay. That's another thing you need to use up. Don't hoard or like collect, washi tape. This will dry up. It dries up. That's whatever washi tape is all made out of. It will, just harden over time, and you'll go to use it, and it just kind of shreds. It's so fun. Ask me how I know that, because I used to collect washi tape because I was like, ooh, it's so cute. Yeah. So yes, washi tape's another product that it will dry out. So I just use up all my old washi tapes to hold dies in place. Just, why not? Why not? Okay. So then, that's so cute. And it's got the stitching detail, which is a little hard to see when it's on black like that, but you can see it better in real life. But yeah, so it'll say love you lots, and then XOXO. So cute. Love it. Okay. I've got some foam strips and snail. Yes, those adhesive runners. Same concept as washi tape. Those can dry out, or they basically they dry out is what's happening. Um, so yes, use them up. Don't hoard them. Make the things. Okay, line that up. No, you stay on your. There we go. Stay on your doohickey. There we go. It sticks to itself. Yes. Yeah. Those types of adhesives just don't have a super long. They can last sometimes for years, depending on the climate, humidity, all the different things. But they um, definitely don't last forever. There we go. Because yeah, and the only reason I bring all that up is because especially with paste, that one I see a lot, and like people getting really upset. Somewhat, I understand it to a degree because it's like you spent a lot of money on these things, but there's a tendency for people to like really hoard a lot of product, and it's like it's one thing to collect stuff, that's fine. You know, you collect some things, have fun with it, but there's certain things just don't expect that, to come back to it 5 years from now and your paste is perfectly good. So, okay, so we got that, and then my little gold bow. It's cute. It's cute. Or do I want... Yeah, no, I want to put it there. That's where I want it. That's where I want it, okay? Yeah. Where's my card base? So we're going to have it on a card base. And then... like that. And then the little bow. Yeah, the bow doesn't need the shadow. I think that was what was throwing me off. Was the shadow of the bow was throwing me. It's throwing me off. I didn't like it, so we're not going to use it. That's okay. I'll save that in the packaging next time I go to use that set. Ooh, I used too much glue. Wipe that off. There we go. There we go. Okay. Darlene, I don't talk about my kids online. I know the vast majority of people have the best of intentions, and it's just a genuine curiosity, and that's totally okay. But I've had some pretty serious issues with former family members. That's how I refer to them. Former family members, and then outright stalkers. And people saying and trying to get to my kids. And so I don't talk about them. Doesn't mean they don't exist, and doesn't mean I don't love them more than anything. And I wish I could share my kids with everybody and so they could see how awesome they are, but yeah, I don't talk about them online because people had to go and make it weird and downright scary at times. So I removed all the things about them, and I don't post about them or anything. I keep my kids completely offline because I choose as an adult to have a public facing, persona and, everything I do online, and that's great. And card making is great, and the card making community is great. But all it takes is a couple bad actors, and oof. Anyway, let's add my little tabs here. There we go. Very smart mama. Oh yeah, I'm definitely a mama bear. Oh, I was talking to Chris about something, and I was just, and it was like a very much a mama bear thing. And Chris is like, "You're like a Wolverine." I'm like, "Where did that come from?" I don't know. That's been playing in my head. And I was like, I don't know why Wolverine. I was like, that's so random. Anyway, yeah. Like I said, though, generally, and I always feel kind of a little bad, when people ask, because I know that those asking, again, 99% of the time, it's just coming from a good place. But sadly, I don't have control over who all watches my videos, and I still have former family members stalking me to this day. And I wish they would just move on with their lives and leave me alone. Okay, there's the bow. I think it's cute. It's cute. I like it. And now I want to add black splatter. Let's do it. I can make this work. I can make this work. Yeah, let's do it. Let's add black splatter to this. Let's be crazy. Okay, so I can use that because, yeah, I don't want to get black splatter on the bow, and I don't want to get black splatter on top of the sentiments, so I can just create two little masks with just like that. Just because if black got on that, it would look, weird because the sentiments aren't very big. So if we just do that, and that, and then I can just kind of use that other die cut just to keep the black from getting on the gold. And then we can add some black splatter, because why not? Why not? Let me move stuff out of the way. And just because I'm petty, carbon black gouache. Where's my palette? There it is. Okay. I wish I could Mama Bear Wolverine is a huge compliment. Whatever works, man. Whatever works. It's just is. So yeah, this is Altenew carbon black gouache. Huge tube. These are 50 ml tubes. I have a video coming tomorrow. Where's my? I was like, where's my brush? I have a video coming tomorrow using gouache and splatter and pretty much everything but the kitchen sink because I better press on it and hot foil and I did everything because I'm crazy. So stay tuned. That's coming tomorrow. Yeah, today's Friday the 10th. Yeah, tomorrow. It's coming tomorrow. Y'all, like I said, I don't even know what date it is half the time. So black gouache. Add a little bit of water to it. This stuff is super pigmented, as you can see. Like, I've added a bit of water. Like, it is black. Like, block. And it stains. Like, my little palette, like, it stains. So just treat it with respect, Like, it's... I'm not going to add a ton of splatter. I just want a bit. Just to bring out more of the black... There we go. The black sentiment and that, just to have the whole like rule of thirds. So I'll have the black die cut sentiment, the black, and then a little bit of black splatter. That just helps. And it's splatter. Do I really need to like start going into like, well, the artistic reason and the rules? Okay, that's good. There we go. There we go. And then yeah, clean up the black because it is potent and very stainy. It'll get on everything. Just heads up on that. So we got that, and then I can take that off of there. I can there. See, and then it preserved my little bow. So we got some splatter and some texture and die cuts and all the things. And this will be going there, but I'll give this another... Yeah, I'll let that dry a little bit more because a couple of the larger blotches are still doing their thing. So then on the inside, and then what was I going to do? Oh, I was going to use, because I'll use the stencil on the inside. Why not? Has this splatter girl given up, or is she still going around and annoying people? Nicole, for a second, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, wow. I'm used to people being rude to me. Like, it happens, but I was like, geez, you could at least wait till I'm not live anymore to say. I know who you're talking about, and I don't know. I don't know. She was for long, but she's been banned from my channel. Like her. So if she has been saying things, her comments won't show up. Because I banned her after. I really didn't care what she said to me. It was rude, but it was the fact that she was going after other creators, and she was like she was hurting people's feelings. It was ugly, and that's what made me snap. It's one thing to have a disagreement or to give people some constructive feedback, that sort of a thing. I'm fine with that. You know, um, there's nothing wrong with some good constructive feedback and what have you. But one, she was wrong. And it was a little bit nuts, but it was the delivery of it and the fact that she went on a complete rampage and said some really mean things to other makers. And the gloves came off and the Mama Bear Wolverine jumped out and I went feral over the whole thing. So anyway, okay. Card base. Back to the things. I would have done that as soon as I was done stenciling. I would have done the inside, but you guys, welcome to the chaos. Okay. Welcome to the chaos and me doing all of this on the fly. Where is that stencil? There it is. Yeah, she said it was her mission in life to teach us crafters our own language. Yeah, it was done very petty and very uncalled for, and I had other makers reach out to me and had sent screenshots to everything. Like, it was ugly and it was so unnecessary, and we don't need that in our lives. So I have now become the splatter queen with an L, and I don't care. Yo, you could say hi at least.
I could say hi?
Yeah, you could, I didn't know since you've abandoned me to do this all by myself. You guys can say hi to the unpaid intern. Yes. Hello, unpaid intern.
Hello. Unpaid intern here.
Yep. Cool. Inks. I might not need my ink. We'll just kind of use what's left on the stencil and the brush, because that's generally what I do on the insides anyway. Yeah, no. This should work. Keep it light. Keep it simple. It doesn't need to be crazy because this is the inside. So yeah, we'll just kind of use all the leftovers because that's generally what I do anyway on the insides. So we'll do that. Don't even have to get my ink pads out. Love that. Love that for me. And we can add that. And then the last little bit. Just blend all that real good. Just like so. Oh yeah. Love it. No notes. Perfection. That's fun. So that'll give the inside a little extra color. Just like so. So that was that. And then you've got a beardy intern too. Yep, him and his beard. Where's my sentiment set? There we go. So, front says love you lots. And then I'll still put Happy Valentine's Day on the inside of this. Or no, maybe I'll put You're a Sweetheart. Yeah, like I said, this is a card that I will just give to anybody. So we'll put You're a Sweetheart. Do I want to add any of these guys? I don't think so. You and me always. No, I think I just want to do that. Maybe I'll stamp this little heart while I'm at it too. Yeah, I'll stamp these little hearts while I'm at it. Okay. There we go. Funny, I missed that. What was it saying? Funny, I don't remember asking her for any lessons. That's just it. But it's not even just that. I've talked about this a lot with my own personality. I to say I'm stubborn is very much an understatement. Like literally, my knee-jerk reaction to anything. If you try and tell me what to do, my knee-jerk immediate reaction is generally F you, or just no. Like I immediately want to do the opposite. But that's a knee-jerk reaction out of stubbornness. And a lot of times I have to stop myself and be like, okay. Because it depends on the situation and it depends on the person. And if the person is coming at me with kindness and it's like constructive feedback and they've legit got a point and they're trying to help, then it's like, okay, no, I'm being a jerk. I'm being stubborn. Maybe I should listen to this person, you know? But if you come out the gate, you know, friggin' all shots fired and you're being rude and insulting and all the things, it doesn't matter if you're right or not. If you're being a jerk, I will match your petty. I will match being a jerk and I'll take it to 100. And that's what I did with the splatter thing. So, yeah, it is splatter with an L and it will be for here on out. Forever and ever. Amen. Okay? Because that's just how I am. That's just how I am. Okay? Okay. We're good. We're good. So yeah. But yeah. Can't help myself. It just is what it is. It really is. And I'm like that even in humorous ways. And the unpaid intern can attest to that. That's why I'm always like, I don't need no man. You know, even when it's just a simple thing, like we joke about it. If he like asks me to do something, like, can you help with this? My immediate reaction is always no. But then I immediately actually go and I help. I do the things. I do the nice things. I'm just ridiculous about it. So anyway. Gonna stamp that. Yep. Yep. And then we'll add some little hearts in black. And then we'll use the little outline. Yeah, good enough. No, I lied. I need another size because you know rule of threes and all that design stuff. I'll use this little border, but I'm only going to ink up one heart because I don't want to cut this one apart because I'm not in the mood for that. Yas, so much better. Yeah, now it's done. Now it's the inside's done. Now we're good. Okay, let me quickly wipe these stamps off so that I don't, you know, knock these blocks over and get, Amy, same. I can have the mouth of a sailor on a 3-day bender. Heard. Same. And if you go after someone I care about, you better duck and cover. Exactly. Exactly. The thing I'm trying to learn or be better at now is I have a tendency to go, like, I will start a war on other people's behalf. You know, it's just how I am. But I've been trying to learn more about just stepping back and asking whether or not it's, you know, am I causing chaos for the sake of causing chaos under the guise of being, you know, helpful or sticking up for someone, etc. Like, or am I just going to cause more chaos, more drama, more issues? It always depends. And then other times, all rules are out the window and I just go full on like scorched earth. It's just my personality. Some days it's difficult for myself to deal with. Anyway, okay, here we go. Love that you do the inside of the cards. Thank you, Deborah. It's habit. For me, a card is not done until the inside is complete. Just is. I just want to make sure. I'm going to blast this with my heat tool because I use the VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And this, because it's an oil-based ink, it does take a bit longer to dry. So I'll just be safe, and it makes me laugh that folks announce they are leaving or dislike a thing so much. Oh, that one? I love when people announce that they're like, I'm unsubscribing now. You lost a subscriber. That one, I get that one a lot. And my response is, it's not an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. But yeah. Again, my personality rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And I get it. I understand it. I'm not for everybody. And that's why I very much appreciate y'all that, that show up and enjoy my content. It blows my mind because I am not everyone's cup of tea. That is for darn sure. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to, I'll just adhere this direct. There's a little random schmutz. Okay, do I want to adhere direct or do I want to pop it up? I want to pop it up. Let's add some Big Mama foam tape. It's my rules. I can do what I want. Okay. You can be assertive without being rude too if needed. 100%, Florna. That you are totally accurate. That is something I do struggle with, because if the other person is being rude, I can admit that most of the time I am very much just as rude back, even though sometimes that's very immature of me. And it is something I am aware of. And at times I try, and I will always try to not be such a jerk. But sometimes that's hard and I want to be. It's not a good trait. It's not. Like, trying to lead with kindness, even when the other person is being an absolute jackass, is not easy. It's not. And I really respect those that are able to respond in kindness to people that are being literal, like just nightmares, I find that I was like, man, because I don't know if I know, in fact, I know that I couldn't hold myself back from losing my mind and being crazy. So, yeah. Okay, you don't have to be further. Well, I do. I appreciate you guys. I do. I appreciate you guys. And it does. It blows my mind because I'm like, really? People actually show up and want to listen to me and my absolute chaos? Okay, let's get that centered. Ooh, no, don't want to commit yet. Not quite yet. Get it centered first. Got centered on there, like so. Okay, commit. I got splatter on my fingernail. Whatever. I'm okay with that. So got that. And then we just got to adhere this. Yes. There's my adhesive. Okay. And then, my chat went funny. Sometimes I say, I bet you're great at parties if someone is being negative. That one. Yeah, I've seen that reply. I bet you're great at parties. And the other one I like, it's a little bit more rude. And I've used on people, but it's like, have the day you deserve. It's a little bit passive aggressive, but I do I've used that one on people when they're in comment sections, when they're just being completely unhinged. And I'll say whatever. And then I'll just end it with like, have the day you deserve. And then move on with my life. It just is what it is. But again, thankfully, the vast majority of my audience is pretty darn awesome. Every once in a while, someone comes out of the woodwork and yeah, it just is. Let's put that, and then we just gotta hold it down. Just gotta hold it. Doodly doodly doo. If you add a little liquid glue to the double-sided foam, you have a bit more wiggle room. Oh yeah, I've shown that in past videos. I never do it. I've done it just to show how it works. But I don't like doing it. It's an extra step. And the main one of the big reasons I like using foam tape is because it is like permanent. It's not going anywhere. But then when you add the liquid glue, it's like you still have that, you do get the wiggle room. So if you struggle with foam tape, 100% put liquid glue, but it's just, but then you got to let the glue dry and make sure it stays in place, But yes, it definitely, it's a good tip, especially if you struggle lining things up, because that's why I like liquid glue, is you have a little bit of wiggle room. So yeah. In the South, we say "bless your heart." I know. I never understood that one because I'm not from the South, but I'm not sure when that was like. I think it was, someone did a little video or something. And they explained like, "Well, bless your heart," and what it actually meant, and I was like, "Oh, I was taking that the wrong way for way too many years." I love it. I love it. Yeah, don't mess with Southern meemaws. They can eviscerate a person, and they'll do it in the kindest, most gentle way, and it's like, "Oh, you need to call 911 for that burn," because I love it. I love it so much. So, anyway. Okay. We got that. We got that. Do I want to add any other little doomahickeys? I don't think so. If I could find my little... One sec. I have some little black hearts. Black. Nope. Nope. Maybe. Yep. Yep. I think I found them. I think I found them. I did. I did find them. Oh, I have so much stuff. Ah. Okay. There we go. There we go. Hello. A lot of people tuning in. Yes. Yeah, bless your heart. Generally, most of the time is not a compliment. I think it can be, but most of the time when I see people use the phrase "bless your heart," they don't mean it in a nice way. They're more like, "Oh, honey, oh, good for you, bless your heart." It's like when you hear that tone of voice and those words, it's like you better run. I love it. Okay, we're just gonna add a few little clay hearts from Mustache. Just like that, and then we're done. Who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk? I did it. I managed to get her done. Okay. I missed a... Can you explain to me why rude people think, one, their opinion matters, and two, why they have a right to share? I firmly believe if you have nothing nice, stay quiet, and it's your point. Well, oh yeah. I don't know. When it comes to online discourse nowadays, it's changed a lot. There will always be those that want to be negative. And I have some thoughts here, so if y'all will bear with me. Because a big one I get a lot from people, they're like, just ignore them. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. If I had $1 for every time I was told just ignore the trolls, dude, I wouldn't have to work anymore. I'm not even kidding. That said, first off, there's the finished card. So let me get into my little spiel. So my thought process with negativity is a lot of the times on my own social media, because there's two ways to handle it. On my own social media, when people come out the gate, it will depend on the nature of the content, of the comment and the negativity, how I deal with it. Sometimes I respond. It just depends on what it is. If it is outright just horrific trolling, which does not happen very often in card making, thankfully, it's usually someone from the outside stumbles in, and they're just like, because I've had the most atrocious, horrific things you could even imagine said and written to me. But those sorts of ones are very, very infrequent. And the reason also why I address this and I'm talking about this now is there's a lot of other smaller makers that are getting into it, or just people that want to post online, and I try to advocate for them on their behalf. So anyway, my with those types of things, I delete them immediately. I delete it and block it because it's like, no one needs to see this garbage. No one needs to see that comment. No one needs to have any mental energy whatsoever direct towards that, including myself. So it's like, delete, block, move on with my life. I don't care. Other things, depending on what they are, sometimes I'll respond, especially if I'm feeling a little petty, especially if I'm just feeling a little spicy, and it's just like, oh, you opened that can of worms. Welcome to the chaos, is what it is. And then and that has happened in the past where we've done that, and then other people, and it turns into a pile-on and drama and literal chaos. And then it's like, I will just delete it, move on with my life. And then other times I will screenshot and I will expose that person. Because the big thing that way too many people don't seem to grasp, even in today's day, we are in 2025, the internet has been around for decades. So many people do not grasp the concept that your digital footprint is a literal thing. There is technically no anonymity online anymore. There's not. I have proven that many times. I have had people come out of the woodwork and say some of the most unhinged things to me. And and I don't waste my time. I don't waste my time on negativity, things like that. It generally can take me less than 2 minutes to find the person. I had someone leave some really ugly comments. Yeah, it was on YouTube, whatever. In less than a couple minutes, I was able to find their Facebook profile, pictures of them, their family, everything. It took me no time at all. And I'm not like a hacker, but it was like, it's very easy for me. So that person, I responded to them and I was like, this you? And I called them out by name. I was like, do you want to play these stupid games and say this kind of stuff? Just be thankful that I am not posting this publicly on my pages, because it's like there was no need for it. And I didn't do it, but it's ridiculous. So I have various ways of whether I decide, and I choose to respond because it's my social media. This is my YouTube channel. I have my business page on, Facebook, like my social media. And so it is me. It is my choice. And I'm saying this now because I get a lot of people that like to tell me what to do, tell me how to react, tell me what I should feel, what I should say, what I shouldn't do. And then the big one's always ignore the trolls. My philosophy, again, depending on what is being said or done, my philosophy is I'm not just going to ignore them. I will shine a light on them and I will expose them. But again, it depends on the situation, because some stuff, it's just not worth, it's not worth the drama. Because I would rather shame them, because it's like, really, you decided this is what you decided to do? Because there's no need for it. Because my other philosophy, and I took this one from Tim Holtz, and I love it a lot, is he had said this, and he said this a couple years ago in one of his lives, and he was like, if you don't have anything kind to say, find something kind to say. And that has stuck with me ever since he said that, because I genuinely believe that rather than just the old philosophy, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all, it's like, no, how about you find something? How about you stop? Because 99% of the time, and if this gets through to one person, there's a lot of people who hate when I talk like this, and I don't care. If this gets through to one person, when I see the negativity, the negative comments or people that message me and just some of the hateful crap, it says more about that person than it does about me. I don't take any of it personally. I don't care. I don't. I really don't. I don't care. It does not ruin my day. It does not make me feel bad about myself. I make cards on the internet, and I don't draw my value in this life from what a complete random stranger that I've never met and will never meet says about me or my cards online. I don't care. But for you to do that, and I say you as I'm speaking to the trolls, for those that do that, it says something about you, that you are that unhappy, that miserable, or just having that bad of a day that you felt that, taking a swipe at again, a stranger online will make you feel better. And that's why I sometimes will screenshot those things and post them on my social media because it's like, really? This is what I have to deal with. Because it is. It just and it is. It's been getting worse. And I have known people that have gotten into card making that became content creators that have been driven off the platform because of the negativity and the trolling and the hatefulness. And that's why I say these things and have these little talks and go rah rah and I will start a war over it because it's crap. Literally, we're making cards online. I am not a neurosurgeon. This is not life saving. This is just fun, and creativity and just sharing and engaging with other like minded people. And you don't have to like it. We don't have to like all the same things. There's a difference between not liking, um, you know, some creators. Like we all have our own personal interests and our own likes and dislikes. And there's some styles that I don't like because it's just not my thing. It's like I don't like this style. So that whoever does that style is not my thing. Do I feel the need to like inform them of that? No. It's like, no, you do great work. That's awesome. It's just not for me. So I go to where the things I like, you know? And then there are times that some content, regardless, I'm just like, ooh, that's bad. That's not good. That's not good. I don't like that. But am I gonna like, word vomit all over them and say the biggest loads of no, no. Why? Why would I do that? Um, I know people on YouTube have been stalked by so oh yeah, it has been absolutely it's been crazy some of the things that have happened. And again, this is why I say that the card making niche is some of the best people. We are very kind of insulated in our hobby and in our community. And that said though, there's a lot. There are so many groups within the card making community, different all the different styles and the different people and the different makers and brands and like there's a lot. And there's definitely something for everyone. So it's like if you find yourself in an area of style or people that it's just you just don't jive with them, back out, find another one because there's something for everyone and there's room for everyone. There's space for everybody. Whether you want to make content or you just want to be a card maker or you want to get into crochet, whatever it is. There's space for everyone, and there's no need for the absolute horseshit because I'm gonna just say it. I don't even care anymore. There's no need for it. And I will always call it out. I don't care. I will call it out because I didn't pour blood, sweat, and tears and 20 years of my life into this. I do this as a job. It's what helps pay the bills. So I fiercely defend it. But I also fiercely defend a community of like-minded people that the vast majority are good people. We all have bad days. That happens. We all do. You know, I uh I am definitely guilty of having bad days. But even when I was at my lowest, when my life hit rock bottom a decade ago and literally rock bottom, a lot of and I got divorced and all things, like I had like full on rock bottom, my entire life imploded. I never once thought of like going online and like attacking people anonymously and being all, never occurred to me. But Instead, I went and got therapy. Lots of it. Lots and lots of therapy. Naomi, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. So anyway, I really appreciate it. I totally agree. Unfortunately, trolls do what they do because they enjoy to make people feel bad about them. They do. There's a lot of people that do. They get enjoyment out of it. But again, it says something. It says more about them than it does about everyone else. Because yeah, if you are genuinely just happy, content, whatever, you're not going to be going online and typing garbage to other people. And I won't. I absolutely refuse. I fiercely defend my own social media. So that's my YouTube channel, my comment section, my Facebook page, my Instagram, like my areas, my website. I fiercely defend that because it's mine. This is my corner of the internet that I have built. And so I don't give any care in the world about your rights or whatever. Because I've had that one thrown at me. Well, it's my right. You know, like I'm entitled to my own opinion. That's great. I don't have to platform it for you. You can build your own corner to spew whatever opinion you want. I don't care, but you build it on your own time in your own space. You're not going to walk into someone else's house and be like, ew, that couch is hideous. Why did you choose that wall color? What's wrong with you? You wouldn't do it. And if you're crazy enough to do it, well, you'd suffer the consequences, you know? And the owner of the house doesn't need to just sit there and let you continue to spew your garbage in their house. It's the same thing online. I wish people would get that. That, like, while I joke about it, it's pretend, you guys are all fake. We're all real people. You know, I am a real person, you know? So, and there is no anonymity, even under usernames, everything else. It is kind of nuts. Oh yeah, there will always be people that just want to spew negativity. And it's never gonna. It won't. It's not gonna end. That is also just human nature. It is. But I will always be someone that just refuses to ignore it. You know, just ignore it. Just ignore it. No, I won't. One, I got a thick skin, so it doesn't bother me. And I do it to just try and give that person a good little smack upside the head and teach them a lesson. And I do it on behalf, again, of other makers because it can be rough sometimes. And for those that are newer, those first, you know, that first time it happens. Oh, and that was where I was a lead. And I've talked about this before, and I'm going to try and get through this part of it. But the other thing that really just makes me want to break things is, and because I've had this told to me, and is the whole, well, you put yourself out there. You know, well, you put yourself out there. You posted it online. You did that video. And it just, every time that gets said, I wish I could stand in front of that person, like face to face, and be like, say that to my face. Because you saying that, are you also the person that said, what was she wearing? That one. That's why I fight. So, wasn't planning on going on this rant. I apologize. Apologize for the rant, but not for what I said, because I stand by it. But yeah, I don't. No. Like, this weird mentality of ignoring it, brushing it aside. You know, we just won't talk about it. We won't acknowledge that, whatever it may be. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Turn the other cheek. Turn the other cheek. Hell no. Nope. 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 Not going to do it. Not in card making, not online. And then, so I will fiercely defend when it comes to the online world in general, places that aren't mine, you know, spaces that aren't mine. I just avoid, you know, I try to avoid the comment sections on things that aren't to do with specifically card making, because it's just people are nuts, and the chaos. So it's like, for my own mental health, I know better. Even though sometimes it's tempting to hit comments and to see, and sometimes I will, and it's just like, oh, there's like so many people that have my sense of humor. It's like, oh, and then it just devolves into her negativity, ugliness, trolling, whatever. And that, it's like, nope, backing out. Don't need to engage with this because it's crap. So that's my 2 cents on that. And yeah, I've seen a lot in my very old age, and having done this for a very long time. I've seen a lot of people come and go, and some of the circumstances have been utterly heartbreaking, and it makes me really, really, really angry because it never should have happened. And I always feel like sometimes that I should have done more, or yeah. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Do you have to deal with this crap every day? No. Like I said, in card making, it is not very frequent. Sometimes it happens almost every day. Every once in a while, it'll just be weird, that I'll just be getting like notifications, and it's just like, did everybody wake up on the wrong side of the bed? I'll get like YouTube comments and Facebook and a message, and it'll be just all garbage, trolling, negative, just weird, but that's rare. Like, in card making, for the most part, most people are really good. There's definitely a subset of people that are very negative, just very miserable. And there's not even a way to like name names or point fingers. I've seen them. I use my block function heavily. Like, I have a blacklist. I've talked about this. Like, when I do giveaways and different things, like, we check the blacklist. There is a list of names, and there's not a ton of them. I will say that. There's not a ton of them. But there's a few that have made my blacklist because of just absolutely horrific crap that they've said to me. Like, I have been called some wonderfully creative names and ridiculous things said about me. And it's like, those ones, I put them on the blacklist and I block them, because I've literally had the same people that have said the most vile crap to me turn around and during a giveaway try to enter it. I had someone actually apologize to me and they made some very public, horrific accusations. This was many years ago. It is what it is. But they made these ridiculous, and I have screenshots of all of it. And then I did a very big giveaway. And in the giveaway, they tried to apologize rather than just reaching out and saying, hey, I'm really sorry, because sometimes people do. Like, it is what it is. But I was like, you have got to be kidding me, Like, heck no, you are not going to. Oh, some people. So, yeah, is what it is. I do have a blacklist. As ridiculous as that sounds, but we check it. And when I'm doing my giveaways, and Chris checks it before we give away the cards, just because in case someone slips through the cracks. But yeah. I appreciate. Why in the world would someone be so mean to you? Oh, I've had, literally, you guys have no idea. I've had some of the most insane crap said to me, like downright to threats, like full on threatening me. That has happened more than once. And then I've had stalkers, different things. Because I have a very assertive personality and I rub people the wrong way because I'm just like, "Rawr," and I set boundaries. Boundaries really seem to upset certain people, and when I enforce the boundaries, it makes them even angrier. And then I get threatened and harassed and whatever. And I'm just like, nope, block. Is what it is. So, yeah, it's just a thing. But yeah, the card making industry is really good. It really is. The vast majority of card makers are just great people, because you all get it. It's like this is a great hobby, and it's fun. It's fun to craft, and it's fun to make, and it's fun to give that card to someone, and it's fun to share with other people that understand what it is we do and why we like it. So, yeah, I love when and I've had that said to me so many times, and I've said that to people too. It's when you find your people. You know, those that have got into card making, and it's like you found your people. It's like you've arrived, and it's like everyone is like super awesome and loves to share and encourage and be kind and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, the vast majority in card making. That's why I love it as much as I do, is literally because of that. And that's why I am so defensive and get so like, mama bear over it. So, yeah, I think that um sorry, I'm like also trying to like I'm getting distracted by my own chat. I think that it will continue to be a good place, and regardless of how other makers I'm talking about, regardless of how they choose to deal with negativity, because some just fully ignore it. That is their choice. They just ignore it, you know, and they'll delete it, ignore it, block it, whatever. That's fine. However, other people choose to, and some like to engage and stir the pot and create more drama. That's fine too. You know, it's like you do you. It's all good. Because sometimes I love diving in there and just all you want to stir that pot, I'll stir it with like 2 spoons, you know, and just rah. But yeah, I will always like defend it. This is not only just my job, you know, I love doing this as a job, but this hobby means a lot to me. It changed a lot for me, and I'm not going to get any deeper into that right now. Um, but it means a lot to me, and I very much enjoy it, and I will defend it. So, anywho, we are.
Hi.
Hello, I'm still live.
Dinner's ready.
Okay. Well, I was finishing up. I was on a rant. So, there's my card. Hope you guys enjoyed the rant. There's my finished card. Oh, that's right. You'd picked up ham, and I got supper, so it's a good time for me to end anyway, because
Yep.
supper's ready. The unpaid intern came in clutch. You do good. Let me move some crap out of the way. So I'm gonna end my live stream, and then you can stick it right there. And then once I'm done eating the fabulous supper, um, spoons, put a shovel in that kettle. Exactly. I'm in there with a snow shovel. Just, you know. I do. I can't help it. I think all of us, though, really, really, I think all of us enjoy a little bit of drama. You know, sometimes you gotta love the hot gossip when the tea is being spilled. You know, I'm not above it. In fact, I am not above it. I am in it. I am in it like a dirty shirt. If there is drama going on or something a little spicy, I am in it. I love it. I love it when people message me and they're like, "Did you see whatever's going on?" And I'm like, I am right in there. I am not above it. I can admit it. I am messy and I'm chaotic. But all that to say, I will still fiercely defend the card makers. Um, and yes, the unpaid intern is pretty darn awesome. He helps a lot. I would not be able to work as much as I do if he didn't help as much as he does. And yeah, he made me supper. I'm very happy. Very grateful for that. So, yeah, I appreciate you guys a ton. When I'm done eating after this live, I will finish my editing of the like links to all the things, and I'll leave this up. I don't edit my lives, you know. Those that don't want to watch me yap and yap, they can stop watching the minute the card's done. It's fine. It's fine. I will have a video coming. Like I said earlier, I have a video coming tomorrow morning. Yes. I literally this week has been. I had things like written on the wrong days. I had, you know, but I do have a video coming tomorrow morning, for sure. Live on Sunday because tomorrow's Saturday. Yeah, today's Friday. Tomorrow's Saturday. Still plan on going live on Sunday. And I might try and squeeze in another bonus live. Probably not tomorrow, but it's going to depend on how things go. And yeah, I appreciate all y'all so very much. Yeah. Yeah. I found my people, and I'm glad you guys enjoy the chaos. I do. I appreciate it a lot. and I'm going to go before I start crying. So, yeah. And he is the keeper. He ain't going nowhere. I cling to him like a barnacle. But yeah, that's it. That's it. I appreciate you guys. I will talk to you all Sunday at 2 p.m. Central. Video coming tomorrow. I need Kathy Zilski to send me her shameless plugs. That's what I was trying to think, because like, so there's so many of her little things that like play in the back of my mind. Like I'm always like that little voice clip of her going like, "You're doing it wrong." I'm like, I need that in my life. It makes me laugh every time, and it's like I need that. I just need that button. "You're doing it wrong." But yeah, shameless plugs. Her little shameless plugs with the music. Love it. But yeah, I will edit all the things, post all the things, video tomorrow, live. That's all. It's as far as I know. It's as far as I know. And the food is distracting. I'm distracted. It smells good, and I'm hungry. So I will talk to you guys, and we all need t-shirts. We kind of do. I have never really considered merch. We'll see. I make zero promises. That's on the back burner of the back burner of the back burner. So yeah, video tomorrow, live on Sunday. We'll see what else I can come up with amongst all the chaos, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Thank you so much to my amazing Patreon supporters. For anyone that might be interested in joining my Patreon community and supporting me, the link to my Patreon is in the description box below the video. For everyone else, as always, thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my videos, for thumbs upping, commenting, subscribe if you haven't, I'd love to have you. And here's a couple other videos for you to check out in case you missed them. Bye!